They say, Pastor, you're looking so good today. I say, I know. They say, where are you going? I say, I'm going on a very important date. I have a date. They were like, Pastor, women don't use ear to hear date. They say, Pastor, you're going on a date? I say, yes. A very special person. This person has been nice. This person is good looking. This person is hardworking. Very nice person. And I'm taking the person on a date. And they're like, woo, woo, tell us, who is this lucky girl? I say, it's not a girl, it's me. I'm taking myself out. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? You can take yourself out. Don't wait for somebody to take you out. Some of you are not enjoying your life because you're not married. Trust me, from when you marry, your life will never be the same again. This is the only time you are your only project. From the day you get married, they will first take half of your life. Then when children start to come, they will start taking their own percentage. By the time they are done with you, only very small percent of your life is left for you. So better enjoy your life. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? And when the children start coming, they stay like 20 years straight before they start being responsible. So you're going to be sharing your income, sharing your energy for the next few years, and you're crying about being single. If you're here and you're single and you're crying and you're tired of being single, it means you've lost the idea of singleness. Singleness is a gift. Are you getting what I'm saying? Singleness is what? A gift. Your single years are not the years you used to wait to get married. Your single years are the years you used to prepare for life. You're not using to prepare for marriage. No, you're using to prepare for life. It's in your single years you work on your financial skills. It's your single years you work on your spiritual capacity. It's your single years you build your career. It's your single years you discover your purpose. Ask all the kingdom giants. They've all found purpose before they even found a wife or a husband. Because that purpose is what determines who you choose. You find a purpose for life before you find a partner for life. Because it's that purpose for life that determines the kind of partner you find. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? I had to know who I was and where I was going. That streamlined the kind of woman I chose. I saw many beautiful ladies before I saw my wife. But if I talk to them for a few minutes, by the time I hear how they are thinking, I'll know this one is a friend, not a wife. That's what Adam did. They said they could not find a helpmeet for Adam. When God says no good for man to be alone, I'll find Adam a helpmeet. The first things God paraded for Adam were animals. It wasn't Eve. He said he brought all the animals. It's there in Genesis. He brought all the animals to see what Adam would call them. Thank God Adam had a sense of purpose. When he saw lion, he said, this one, you're not my wife. You are lion. Hallelujah. He named them right. When he saw elephant, he said, you are too big for me. Go this way. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? Listen, singles, you must know how to name the people that enter your life. Are you getting what I'm saying? It's not everybody that comes you must marry. For many people, when you say hello, they say, yes, I do. No. It's not everybody you must marry. Some people are meant to be your friends. Some are meant to be mentors. Some are your mentees. Some are brother in the Lord. Some are sister in the Lord. You must know how to label them accurately. Some of you, you've even spoiled the person that will link you to who you should marry by dating them. Because you're in perpetual dating mode. Anybody that crosses your path, yes, I do, is your slogan. Because you have become desperate. Because sometimes you'll be amazed the connections God needs to do to connect you to who you should marry. But you're already misbehaving where they are supposed to recommend you. Some of the Bible women that married, they were behaving right to people that were not eligible. Rebecca gave water to Isaac's servant. The man was old, not eligible. A slave that had 10 camels to water. That woman went and gave the camels water. And they recommended her for marriage. So where you are is important. Your gift of singleness is important. Stop dating everybody. Pastor counseled a beautiful lady in the UK. Pretty lady. Very productive lady. She was already doing her master's or PhD or something. Very smart, beautiful, forward-looking, progressive. The only challenge is that she has met somebody that she liked. They both wanted to marry each other. Only problem is that she had slept with the guy's brother years ago when they were having a fling. That's why there's no free sex. Casual sex always has casualties. Did you hear what I said? Casual sex always has what? Casualties. Don't let the devil tell you there's free sex. There's no such thing. Sex is a transaction. There's no free transfer. She has had a fling with the guy's brother years ago. They didn't even date. But now she has met the other brother. They're in love. They both love each other, but they can't marry because that obstacle is there. And Rev, that's not the only time I've dealt with that case. It's more rampant than people know. I've dealt with that case a lot of times. Somebody wants to marry somebody, but he has slept with the other person. Same family, same father, same mother. Good couple, everything is good except this obstacle. Should they marry, should they not marry? It's because you're going to have that guy that has slept with your wife or slept with your husband in the same family with you. When you have family meetings, what will happen? Will you be comfortable to go and drink water? Or will you be following your wife about? Unnecessary tension. Is somebody catching me this week? So singleness is a gift given to you by God. It's a time that God gave you to prepare yourself. Stop crying. If you're crying and complaining that you're tired of being single, it means you don't understand why you're single. That's the reason that shows you're not even ready. You should be excited about the gifts God has given you. Thank God you're even eligible. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? So stop crying and be sensitive in your spirit. One day God will lead you. And what young people don't know is that most times God doesn't lead you to join. He leads you to join. He will lead you to join a good church like this, lead you to join a unit, a department in church, lead you to join something that benefits other people. Why you join that thing, then you will meet John there. But many people, they are praying, oh God, lead me to John. God doesn't lead like that. It leads you where you meet the person, right in the center of purpose. That's what the Bible said, there's a path laid out for the just. On that path, all the good things of your life are there. If you follow that path, they're all lined up there. Your prosperity is there, your partner is there, your purpose is there, they're all lined up. But most times we are just running left and right out of tension. Are you catching me? Do you serve in church? Are you active in church? Sometimes it might not even be just the church, it might be something that involves the community, something that benefits other people. That's how I met my wife. God gave me an inspiration to organize a reunion for my set 10 years after school. It's not even a spiritual thing. Because before then, I've been looking for a wife. I said, God, I need a wife. I've been praying and looking and searching. It just dropped in my heart. Organize a reunion for your classmates from high school, secondary school, 10 years after. So I started calling people, put the team together, we started organizing it. And one day we held a planning meeting on her street. And somebody said, oh, one of our classmates lives on this street. And they all said, let's go and visit her. That's why I went to her house and we reconnected and we're still planning the meeting. She's here in the meeting with me. Very relevant thing. So be sensitive in your spirit. And God tells you, do this thing, do that thing. Join. Join first before John. Did you catch it? For the married and even for the single, marriage is a covenant. And I'll round up here. Marriage is a covenant. That word is very extinct today. Young people don't relate with that word. The word we relate with more is a contract. But marriage is not a contract. Marriage is a covenant. What is the difference between a contract and a covenant? I'll give you 7 differences and I'll close. But a covenant is 2 people joining together. That's what God designed. If you can understand this, 99% of the questions you want to ask about marriage will be answered. I need a couple. I need a married couple. Any married couple can come on the stage. Any married couple. Thank you, Pastor Pete. Please come on the stage. Come. Pastor Julie? Julia? Julie, it's okay. Pete? Yes. Okay. Julie, stand this way. Pete, stand this way. So when these 2 people were single, they came on an altar like this. Pete wanted to marry Julie. When they came on this altar, what happened is that entity called Pete died. The entity called Julie died. When they came together, come together, both of you, and they became joined. Those individual entities died, and then Pilia was resurrected, or Pili. Which one do they call you more, Julia or Julie? Julie. So Pili. In Genesis chapter 2, DJ, give it to me. It says, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife. Genesis 2, from verse 22. DJ, give from verse 22 to 25. Beautiful. He said, and the rib which the Lord God had taken from man, made he a woman, and did what? Brought unto the man. Next verse. And Adam now said, this is bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of me. Now 24. He said, therefore shall a man do what? Leave his father and his mother, and shall do what? Cleave unto his wife. Please, both of you cleave. You can hug at your wife, right? Don't hug too much, you're single over here. He said, look at this. He said, they shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. Look at the next thing. And they shall be what? One flesh. Now, flesh doesn't mean flesh. Flesh means person. Do you get? So they are saying the 2 of them now have become one person. So there's no more Julie. There's no more Pete. There's now Pili. You are now one person. That's what a covenant does. It makes you and the other person one. The day you can get this as a revelation, you are one. If I see Pili, or if I see Pete, I've seen Pili. If I see Pili, Julie, I've seen Pili. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? Yes. You can sit down. Let's clap for them. Carry Julie. That is why everything in our covenant with God is replicated in our covenant in marriage. In fact, in Ephesians 5, when they talked about marriage, they said, this is a great mystery. And I'm speaking of Christ and the church. They are saying that there are symbolisms between our covenant with God. Like I said, we did communion this morning. You must understand what communion is. It's a token of the covenant. Our covenant with God is linked to our covenant with our spouse. So the same language is used for both institutions. So you will hear things like, I and my Father are one. You will hear, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father. All those are covenant terms. That we and the Lord, we are one spirit. Have you seen that before? We are one spirit. So as a child of God, you are not just a child of God, you are a part of God. And God is a part of you. So He is in you, and you are in Him. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. The same applies to the covenant. That's why we wear wedding rings. They are tokens of the covenant. Whenever you see a woman that wears a wedding ring, what that says is that even though you are seeing her alone, she's not alone. Oh, I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Julie might be standing here alone. If she's wearing a wedding ring, she's not alone. She might not be physically with her partner, but there's a partner. That's the idea. So marriage is a covenant. When you come together, the two of you become one. One person. In other words, one unit. No more two. I'll give you 7 differences between a covenant and a contract, and I'll call Pastor M up to round it up. Number 1. The first difference between a contract and a covenant is this. In a contract, you seek for your own good. In a covenant, you seek for the good of the other person. I'll repeat that. In a contract, you're in a contract to protect yourself. You seek for your own good. But in a covenant, it's totally opposite. You seek for the good of the other. What do I mean by this? When you're signing a contract, you are protecting yourself. Pastor knows this. Pastor has done a lot of these transactions. Pastor, the first time I was going to buy a house. This is why you must always talk to experts, please. First time I was going to buy a house. I lived in one estate, and I liked the estate then. And there was one of my neighbors, and I wanted to move out. It's a cute house. And I told my wife, let's buy this house. She said, yes, because we liked the estate we're living in. So we agreed we were going to buy the house. So we told the man we want to buy this house, but couldn't afford to pay all the money. I think the house then was 13 million or 14 million, something like that in Naira. Can't remember how much it was. But we said we could raise 1 million to pay as a deposit and go and search for the rest. The man said, no problem. So I called my agent, my guy that does agents and real estate stuff for me. I said, look, let's pay. The guy said, no problem, we're going to pay, but we must sign documents. I told the guy, no, this guy is my neighbor. No need. The guy told me he would never allow me deposit one dime without signing something. We almost fought. I said, this is my neighbor. I'm even the one begging him to take 1 million as a deposit. He could have sold it to anybody. The guy said, I will never, on my watch, allow you to drop 1 dime without us putting ink on paper. Thank God for people that know their job. Because I gave that guy the 1 million naira. I couldn't come up with the balance on time. He sold the house and he was trying not to return my 1 million naira. The only thing that saved us was that we had document that, if we don't pay you and you sell, you will return our monies on paper. That's why he eventually reluctantly gave us back our money. So in a contract, you see, we entered that contract protecting ourselves. We didn't sign that contract to say, let him take our money. No, we're not interested in his welfare. We're interested in our deposit. Right? But that's not the mentality of covenant. In a covenant, you're saying, I'm here to pledge everything I have. Both the ones I'm bringing now and the ones I will make. So it's a scary thing. When I see people dancing anyhow on wedding day, I say, they don't know what they're entering. If you know the depth of, you are selling yourself. If you know the depth of pledge you are making, you can't be dancing. My elder brother is a retired Major General. He has gone to a lot of missions and, wars and all that, all over Africa, Sierra Leone, everywhere, United Nations, all that. Nobody goes to war and is clapping. Especially when it's a real war. Can't be dancing. You go soberly. Can't see somebody sending to Afghanistan to fight and he's dancing. Afghanistan. He doesn't know where he's going. If he knows where he's going, he'll be telling people, you won't pray for me? Pray for me. Should I go? They say, go. Are you sure? He will need encouragement. Is somebody catching what I'm saying? In a covenant, you are not protecting yourself. You are saying, look, eat the deposit. And even after that, anyone I still make, eat it. That's what a covenant is. That's why God says you are heirs of his kingdom. He said, all that I have is yours. Is somebody catching what I'm saying? So, in a contract, you protect yourself. You're looking for how to hide things. These are some young people married today. They're hiding assets, hiding things. In a covenant, you are inheriting all assets and liabilities. You protect the other person's need. You see this in 1 Corinthians 7. Let's look at it. 1 Corinthians 7 verse 32 to 34. It says, but I want you to be without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for what? I can't hear you, church. I need to cooperate. He that is unmarried careth for what? Things that belong to the Lord, how he may what? Please the Lord. He said, but he that is married careth for the things of the world, how he may please who? His wife. Same scripture also says how he may please his husband. The other verses, he said how he may also please her husband, how she may please her husband. In other words, when you're entering that covenant, your number one assignment is not pleasing yourself. For those that are married, you must see, the only way to please someone is to ask them what pleases them. When you're married, you're like a waiter. Imagine going to a restaurant to eat, Rev, and the waiter just brings kebab. He says it's our best kebab. You say you don't eat kebab. You say you will like eat it. He said I don't even eat meat. He say this is what we are serving. The first thing the waiter does is to ask you, what do you want? So when you're a married couple, one of the constant questions we do it in our house, we literally ask ourselves this question almost every week. Are you happy? Is there something you would like me to be doing? Is there something you would like me to stop doing? That's how we keep ourselves happy. We're always asking. We don't take it for granted. We're married for 18 years. No. Don't take it for granted. If your marriage is always rocking, you're probably not loving your partner the way they want to be loved. You know, you can love somebody the way you want to be loved. You need to love them the way they want to be loved. One couple, they were celebrating their 50th year wedding anniversary. And the wife said, baby, it's our 50th year, I'm cooking your best meal. The guy said, what's my best meal? He showed in the meal. This one's so meal that I prepare for you every anniversary and every week. The guy said, I thought it was your own best meal. I don't like the food. They've both been eating something they didn't like because they thought it was the other person's best food. You need to ask your partner, this is how you like your food? Is this how you like our time together? Is this how you like our conversation? Is this how you like the sex? If you can't have those tough conversations, you can't have a happy marriage. There are many men that think they are pleasing their wives. I don't want the one that will make Rev not invite me next year. Because you were satisfied doesn't mean she was satisfied. A woman is like a electric burner. A man is like a gas cooker. The gas cooker comes on, immediately you turn it on. Woof, and it goes off to the same way. Woof. A woman is like an electric cooker. You put it on, you can go out. It's still getting warm. So if you're a gas cooker guy in the bed, I can guarantee your wife is never satisfied. I dare you this night, ask her if she has been satisfied. If a man, quick tip on sex with a woman, multiply everything going on in your head by 3 or by 4 or by 5. If you're planning to kiss her for 1 second or 1 minute, kiss her times 5. Kiss her for 5 minutes. Because that's how our emotional disparity is. A man can get turned on in 1 minute, a woman will need at least 5 or 10 minutes to be on that same level. If you're planning to last for 5 minutes, okay, no, don't worry. Don't worry. But the point is, have the difficult conversations. Ask your partner, are you happy? Oh, we do that every time in my house. Are you happy? And if you're not happy, what can I do about it? Because that's my job from this scripture. You care for the needs of the other. That's your job. So if you're prepared to get married, that's what you should be looking at. Can I serve this person? Not I love you, you're so cute. It's service, a call to service. Can I serve you? Is somebody getting what I'm saying? Can I serve you? All right, number 2. Difference between a contract and a covenant. In a contract, you enter because you don't trust the person. Because there's no trust. In a covenant, you enter because there is trust. We sign contract because we don't know if that guy is going to keep our money. And that's the right thing to do in a contract. But in a covenant, you enter because you trust the person. One lady was having a bath. And there were other people in the house and she ran out of the bathroom. Poof! With soap on her body and towel and everything. In the middle of the bath. And people said, what's wrong? What's wrong? She left her husband in the room. And her wardrobe is open. And there's money inside there. She came to lock her wardrobe. Because she can't trust her husband with money. Because every time we're now seeing people say, we want to sign prenup, we want to keep our money aside, separate our money. The reason is very simple. You're marrying someone you don't trust. Is it not funny that you want to keep your money safe, but you don't want to keep your life safe? You want to give your life to somebody you can't give your money to. Oh, somebody's not getting what I'm saying. I say you want to give your life to somebody you can't give your money to. Your sense of priority has a problem. Because what you're doing in marriage, you're giving your life to that person, but you're keeping your money in the safe. You better put your life in the safe. Money is something you can replace. Life is something you can't replace. I watch American crime channels a lot. Love it so much. I've watched it so much, I can literally be a police detective now. In America, I know the routine for cracking any case. Because I've watched it so much. And guess what? They found out most murder cases that involves a married person, there's a high chance their partner was remotely or somehow involved. So when you see those American police people, once a married person dies, as they come there and they're greeting the spouse, oh, sorry for your loss. The wife or husband is crying, oh, my partner. Say, sorry for your loss, everything. Where were you by 3 p.m.? That's the standard question. I've watched it 1,000,000 times. They will ask you there and then. As they're telling you, sorry for your loss, we know this is hard for you. And where were you by 3 p.m.? He said, I was at office. Can somebody verify? It's your wife that died. They will confirm because you are the number 1 suspect. And a lot of times those people are involved. The person that can kill you the cheapest is your spouse. Your most vulnerable moments are with them. You are lying down, sleeping, unconscious. Pastor, one guy told me that why he ran away from the lady he married. He said he woke up one middle of the night, saw her with a knife, looking over him with a very angry face. He knew you can't sleep one more day in that house. Because that man or woman can kill you right in your sleep. So there are people that are trusting people with their lives, but can't trust them with their money. And as wicked as you are, you even trust them with your kids. But you can't trust them with your money. Because you're going to have offspring with this person that you can't give your dollar to. You are saving Abraham Lincoln, but killing your son. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you're going to have offspring with this person. They will have full control over that child like you. Sometimes you even leave the child in their care. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. 100% trust is why we enter a covenant. Number 3. In a contract, there is limited sharing. But in a covenant, there is unlimited sharing. In a contract, there's limitation. What does that mean? If I have a landlord, our contract is based on his property. He can't give me advice or demand anything regarding anything outside of his property. He can't tell me you can't cook this stew. He can't tell me your children can't go to so and so school. His right is only tied to the property. In fact, if I even have two landlords, if I have a landlord for my business and I have a landlord for church, their sphere of influence is only around that property. They have no concern with the next thing. So in a contract is limited to our discussion, but in a covenant is unlimited sharing. So there's no aspect of your life that is sacred to the other person. I hear people get married and say, oh, I want to protect my privacy. Inside marriage. He said they were both naked, the man and his wife, and they were not ashamed. That means they were 100% open. Unlimited sharing. Everything you own belongs to the other person. There's no, that use of the word my is now a cuss word in the marriage. It's now our money, our problem, our parents. He said the two shall become one. So her mother is your mother. The husband's mother is also your mother. All the in-law problems are tied to that. They are tied to the fact that you think your mother is your mother and this is his mother. The day you understand that marrying the person means you are one. Your people shall be my people. Your God shall be my God. You are inheriting everything. Are you catching what I'm saying? We are now one.